Hey, legends, welcome back. We have another great episode for you here on the streets in Austin, Texas for South by Southwest. We had the chance to chat with Jo Cronk, who is the president of Whalar, and we're excited. We're building the future together with Whalar. They're one of our amazing partners that's joining us as a coalition partner for the gathering this year. We've got some great things in store. Jo gives us kind of a behind the scenes of the conversations they're having in their team about what it takes to win the future together, how you can win with creators, how to amplify creators' voices, and how to strengthen those relationships between brands and creators as well. I'm really excited to share this episode with you, so let's get into it. So, Jo, for people that do not know what Whalar is, can you share a little bit about the organization, what you do, what your big mission is?
I'd love to. Whalar started almost 10 years ago in the UK, and we've been operationalized in the US for almost 7 years. And it really came out of the belief like there is a better way to communicate and to advertise to consumers. And it all came down to liberating the creative voice is our mission and also our vision. And it's really like everybody should have their voice heard and their face seen in the messages that we're seeing across advertising, media and marketing. Like the marketing piece is as important as the media.
Totally.
So now we're kind of like where we are today. Whalar's part of the Whalar Group, which is the first ever holding company in the creator space and the creator economy. And there are 6 lines of business, and I lead Whalar, which is the agency side.
Amazing. Tell me a little bit more about that amplifying voices. Like, what does that mean to you? And are there particular voices that you're really trying to bring to the forefront?
But the simple answer is it's not particular voices, it's all voices. And I think especially where we're seeing right now in Austin in the United States, like the United States of America, there are so many different cultures, communities, sub-communities that make up these United States of America. But too often we just see like one face, one voice. And historically, that's been one gender and one race. Yeah. And for us, it's really making sure that all creative voices are given the opportunity to step into the spotlight and tell their story. Because you and I might look somewhat similar to the naked eye, but like my internet's different to yours. The things I care about are going to be different you care about. So bringing creators in as those different voices with amazing communities is what's really moving the needle for brands.
Is there a particular story or example of someone that you're working with right now that you're really excited about that you can share with us?
Oh, well, there's so many, but the one that always comes to mind is the creator Ashley Alexander. So we've managed Ashley for I think at this point it's 6 years under 60, which is one of the 6 amazing companies that makes up the Whalar Group. And then about 8 months ago, we launched a matcha tea brand with Ashley called Nami. Within literally 4 minutes, it had sold out.
Wow.
Which is insane. And where we are 8 months on, we've done over 7 million, over 7 figures in sales, which is insane. And the product's available in 136 countries.
Wow.
And that's all because Ashley's community, they were encouraging her to actually build this brand, to take it to market.
Yeah.
And her community helped her build it as well. So by the time it came to actually go to market, we weren't selling anything. The community were part of it. And she's also, an underserved community member as well. She's young, she's female, she's Asian American. There weren't enough products talking to her and what she was looking for, so she made it happen.
Amazing. The creator economy is here. Many brands are choosing that to be more effective in their, how they're amplifying their stories and their messages. I'm curious what you hear from creators and what advice you have for brands that want to work with creators on how to strengthen those relationships and really bridge that gap.
I say this, I'm part of an agency, I lead an agency. What I say to brands and creators, do not let third parties be a barrier to your relationship. What we really need is we need more people sat around the table together. Yes. So that's about for us, we want to find the best storytellers, community members, creators to help a brand achieve their goals. And at the end of the day, the goal is always growth.
Yeah.
So I just want to bring them together, help them understand each other. I mean, a big part, some of the pushback, not that you are, is kind of around brand safety. And I'm we need to forget about brand safety. It's about trust.
Yes. Yeah.
I trust you. That makes a difference to kind of work that we're able to co-collaborate and create together. The same is true of a marketer and a creator. We need to bring them together.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be a more authentic message, right? When it's the right creator that's doing it in the right way, where you can kind of break out of like, here's the brand book and the brief. And
it's all about understanding each other. I think it's just like a message.
Totally.
Like, the more you understand someone, the better experience it's going to be, the better the work's going to be. And at the end of the day, if someone sends me a 10-page document, the chances of me like reading it is really, really fucking small.
It's very low.
If you just like put me on a call for 30 minutes and talk me through something, I'm like, bang, got it. And the chances are I'm probably going to like amplify or elevate one of the things that was in that document.
Yeah.
That's a reality. I think everyone can like understand that. The same is true when you're briefing a creator.
Yeah.
Like, bring them in and give them an opportunity to share their opinion as well.
Yes, absolutely. One of the themes that we're talking to our community about this year, all year round, and it's going to be at the theme at our event in October, is winning the future together. When I share that, what resonates with you, and what do you think are some of the key ingredients on winning the future?
As you said it, Mandy, the first word that came to mind was excitement, because it is all about togetherness. Who wants to do something on their own, complete like silo? In fact, I mean, some people do, but like, and I have an idea, it'll be okay. I share it with you. It's going to be better. We bring other people in. It's going to be better. And honestly, like from more and more macro level, if we want to be the change, like if we want to represent the change we want to see in the world, it has to be together. So I think especially like diverse leaders today, it's much about safety in numbers. There's like power and more impact by coming together.
Totally.
So I know straight away, I'm just like fucking excited about like being with other people, like-minded, but also that I'm going to have a disagree with, and that tension would be really fantastic.
Yes. You're a high performer. You work in a high stakes environment, and I'm curious for you, what are some of your own habits that have helped you perform at a high level? You know, whether these are personal habits, like how you're kind of filling back up in your mind, body, soul, or leadership habits that help you bring your team together. What can you share with us?
Whenever someone asks me a question, the first word that comes to mind is like the power of subconscious is so interesting. The first thing I thought of was boundaries.
I love it. Yeah.
Which is really interesting. So I was like, what is your speaking? I'm like, why am I thinking boundaries? Like, I had my first child 2.5 years ago, and that was the moment where I was like, I need to have some boundaries, but boundaries are useless unless you communicate them up, down, and across your team. And there's certain things like, I need to recover. I'm 45 this year. I can't do the things I used to be able to do when I was like 35. So I need some boundaries. Like if I'm traveling like crazy, I need to take half a day, an hour, whatever it is, to recover, because I can't keep going.
Yeah.
And what I realized is not only is it like detrimental for my team if I'm like there all the time, because I don't have the opportunity to stand up, I'm not my best self when I'm tired.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm just not. So I think like boundaries, recovery. And I just try and move my body as much as I can, because when I'm working out or just walking around here, that's when I get my best ideas. It's not when I'm sat at my computer.
100%. I am all about that. And yeah, it's one thing to set a boundary, but it's a whole nother thing to keep it. So it's powerful.
I think that's why communicating is so important, because people don't know that they're encroaching on your boundary or space if you haven't told them. So I think also as leaders, like the more we can like share our boundaries, it sends a signal it's okay for people to have a life outside 100%. Of the work side of it.
It's so powerful to be a positive model like that for your team too. And I think so too. I think it's really powerful. It makes for the culture is more collaborative and
also, honestly, more fun.
More fun. Yeah.
Like when you see like great work, it's like, oh yeah, I was miserable during that time.
And I had
it having fun.
100%. Like the leader that's just like grinding you and pushing, and they're up all the time and sending emails at 11. No one wants to work for that person.
And like we have like I schedule send. Like again, my lifestyle, I've got a young child now, so it's different. So I'm like wanting to ping stuff at bad times. I do not hit send, because that's not fair on the person I'm sending it to.
Totally.
So, and I don't reply to the team after a certain hour.
Yes.
Like
good.
my peers, yes, but they don't need to know. Like
that's so.
The expectation isn't that people are working.
I love it.
After whatever that time is.
So important. Final question. I would love for you to just share your experience about the gathering, because we're excited to have you out and have Whalar out as a partner. We're building great things together, but I know the gathering, it was your first time last year. Can you share a little bit about that?
You know, and anyone else that I've spoken to that asked me, so you went to a lot of conferences and summits and things last year. And I was like, look, There's, in my 25 plus years of working, there's been one experience that I was at, and whilst it was like, I think it was day 2, I booked my ticket for the following year.
Amazing.
Like, I've never done that. And there's like a catalogue of reasons why. Can I share some of them now?
Please.
So the first, like, I go to so much stuff where everyone is very clearly a pay-to-play model. And I'm like,
Totally.
I'm just being presented to, and I have boundaries and I prioritize differently now. If you're going to take me away from my family, it better be fucking worth it. I go to so much stuff and I'm like, I'm not doing that. Again, it just wasn't me. I wasn't getting enough. And they don't understand creativity, community, the powers of creators in building culture. The gathering, I mean, I cried, I think, within the first hour and a half. Like, it resonated so much. I cried, I think, again on like day 2. The people, the place, for sure, but like, just everyone involved, everyone is happy. Like, work, the volunteers, you and your team. And I just learned so much. I think what was good, it's like, it's content for the soul, not for sales. And that was so powerful, which was straight away, as soon as I got my marketing budget, the first thing I was like, we're doing something at the gathering next year.
So powerful. We're so excited.
Well,
That's amazing.
You, honestly, thank you, because like, like just seeing you run around, I mean, it is a lot, putting on a conference, everything that goes like before it, during, and then afterwards, like all the content that you guys captured, the way you shared it afterwards, like the attention to everything, it just means to me, like, everyone involved so much. So I'm just grateful that you were interested in Whalar being part of it.
So excited to build the future with you. And I remember running into you and you're like, I wasn't expecting to cry so much, but it's like, amazing.
I remember texting Ian at NFL and I was like, I've already started crying. Like, what is this?
But
I was
when
like,
we
oh my
feel
God, what
something,
is this?
I think this is the thing though. It's like, when we can feel something, that's when we can transform. That's when we can change. And as marketers and communicators and leaders, it's so important that we put ourselves in environments like that we can be immersed and be engaged and,
And to be vulnerable.
Yes.
You know, like, that's like vulnerability, be authentic. These are words that are like used probably a bit too much, but when you have that vulnerability, that's where real connections.
Totally. So good. Amazing. Thank you so much for your time. I'm so happy that I got to run into you today. And
congratulations on everything that you and the team are building.
We're just getting started.
So
just getting started.